Obviously, you haven't heard the pub bark. Welcome to Mornings on Main Street, Clarksville. I'm your host, Stefanie Miller. Thanks for joining us today. All right, I'm in a portion of what's going to be Food Truck Alley this Saturday at Taste of Clarksville. Yep, the third annual Taste of Clarksville is coming up this Saturday from noon to 5. You'll find a number of vendors out here on Food Truck Alley as well as inside the Emmanuel Family Life Center. We'll talk with the organizer of Taste of Clarksville, and he's going to share with us how much this event has grown in the last 3 years and why this should be where you stop for a bite to eat on Saturday. And then we learn all about the Run Rudolph Run 5K and 1 mile fun run happening Saturday morning in Oak Grove. It is a free run, but donations will be accepted. And the donations I'm talking about is a child's toy for the Christmas season. We'll have who this is going to help out in their Christmas distribution. We have that and more coming up. But before all of that, we will check in with reporter Cheri Reeves to see what's making the wrap this week.
This is the wrap for the July 27th edition of Main Street Clarksville. The Clarksville-Montgomery County Historic Zoning Commission has rejected a plan that would have had the Dunlop Mansion on Madison Street demolished in order to make room for apartments. A big crowd of protesters attended Monday night's meeting in order to voice their concerns. Tennessee's traditional tax sales holiday on clothing, school supplies, and computers begins at 12:01 a.m. on Friday, July 28th, and ends at 11:59 p.m. on Sunday, July 30th. During this time, clothing, school supplies, and computers can be purchased tax-free. For the 5th straight year in a row, crime is on a downward spiral in Clarksville. The news comes from the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation's annual crime report. The crime rate has dropped from 77.7 to 69.7 per 1,000 residents. We give you those numbers in this week's edition. Fort Campbell and the 101st Airborne Division welcomed a new commanding officer last week. We have a story and photos of the ceremony with the new commander, Major General Brent Sylvia, who is replacing Major General J.P. McGee. The change of command ceremony took place at Fort Campbell's Division Parade Field. And that's the wrap. I'm Cheri Reeves, Main Street, Clarksville.
Tired of hanging lights every year? We get it. That's why Southern Nights is here to help. We install programmable lighting on your home or business so you can enjoy beautiful, customizable lighting all year round. No more ladders, tangled lights, or cold nights outside. We do the work, you do the celebrating. Call Southern Nights today and take the hassle out of holiday lighting forever. For a free quote, give us a call at 931-241-3074 or visit our Facebook page at Southern Nights.
As a busy mom juggling family, errands, and everything life throws at me, I try my best to be environmentally conscious. So of course, I buy flushable wipes thinking I'm doing the right thing. But it turns out flushable wipes aren't actually flushable. I found out the hard way when flushable wipes caused a clog and flooded my house with sewage. It ended up costing me thousands of dollars in damage and a big headache with the insurance company. It's safe to say our family will never flush a flushable wipe again, and instead put them where they belong, in the trash.
It is going to be a fantastic Saturday right here at the Emmanuel Family Life Center at 303 Fairview Lane in Clarksville. To tell us all about Taste of Clarksville coming up this Saturday, we have Shedrich Webster with us. Thank you so much for your time.
Hey, Stephanie, I appreciate that you reached out to us, and I'm excited about the Taste of Clarksville.
How can you not be excited? It's food, and more food.
Food, fun, family. It's a lot of stuff going on that day.
So this is the 3rd annual. How has this grown the past 3 years?
So our first year, we had about 500 people
Okay.
that came out to that event. It was 2021, and so we were kind of edging a little bit out of COVID, but there was still some restrictions and those types of things. Last year, we had about 750 to 900 people to come out. This year, we're expecting 12 to 1,500, but you've got to come in order for us to get to that number.
That is true. So what about the vendors? Because you have how many vendors on hand?
We've got about 60 vendors. Please don't ask me to list them all off.
I was going to do that.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Compared to the first year, how has the vendors grown?
I think we're up about 40 to 50% from our vendors from first year.
Very nice.
I think we had about 10 to 15 outside in our food truck alley. This year we've got 18 vendors in our food truck alley. We've got about 15 to 20 food vendors inside, and then we've got 27 retail vendors inside, plus we've got a writer's lounge.
Okay, so we are standing inside the gymnasium that's going to be transformed on Saturday. So people can come out. It is a free event. They only have to pay for the food that they're getting from said vendor, correct?
Absolutely. We don't want to charge you anything to come to the Taste of Clarksville, because we want you to spend all your money on all of our vendors.
Gotcha. Okay, fantastic. And what about the judging part, which I think is really interesting, that you are having outside judges come in?
Yeah, so our judges are from Nashville, and then we got a judge who's transplanted here from California.
Okay.
So none of our judges have any affiliation with any of the food trucks or food vendors. We've got We Eat Nash, they're food bloggers, food critics out of Nashville. We've got Legacy Said So, the lifestyle bloggers out of Nashville. And then Daniel Rolnick, he's a chef and a grocer. And so he's transplanted to this area within the last year, and they're going to taste a lot of food. They're going to taste burgers, hot dogs, seafood platters, dinner plates, and something that's special to Clarksville, meat and threes. If you're not from here, you have no idea what a meat and three is. But if you're from Clarksville, you know exactly what a meat and three is. And so it's really cool.
Thank you for your time. Is there anything I haven't asked you that you would want to share with everyone?
The food reviews, they're live. Like on stage, our judges are going to be reviewing the food on stage. And Clarksville's favorite food critic, Lewis, reviewed this. Terrence is going to be on stage. He's hosting. He's not judging because he's too close to a lot of these people.
Right.
But he's hosting. And so we're going to have a lot of fun. We have a couple vendors that I do want to highlight. We've got a 7-year-old who's selling, in our retail center, she's selling bags. And then we have a 15-year-old who's coming all the way up from Jackson, Tennessee. You heard about us. He sells freeze-dried candies. So we have two, what they call mini CEOs. I call them kidpreneurs.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, and so they're going to be here. Definitely come out. Let's buy some of these people out, especially those kidpreneurs. This baby, she's got bags that your kids need when they go back to school. Come get some of those. Come try these freeze-dried candies. We've got a lot of vendors here, and we've even got some politicians here for our first bite. Ronnie Glenn, our state representative, is going to be here. David Shelton, the county commissioner. Karen Reynolds, who's actually the city council person for this area. And then Kevin Kennedy Jr., Dr. Kevin Kennedy Jr., who runs Clarksville Vibe. He's the host for Clarksville Vibe. He's going to be here. They're going to take the first bite right at noon. As soon as they take the first bite, our marketplace will be open. So you'll want to be here to see that.
Oh, fantastic. It's going to be a great Saturday. Thank you for all of that information. Be out here. Make a trip out here on Saturday. I know you're all going to be out and about anyways doing that shopping. So head on over to 303 Fairview Lane for Taste of Clarksville. Come and enjoy the food.
One more thing, Steph.
Yes.
So one of my favorite things is to eat this food, right?
Okay.
And so I've got a vendor who's a vegan vendor, and they're making for me curry chickpeas, plantains, and cabbage. If you come out and you can figure out which vendor is making for me curry chickpeas, plantains, and cabbage, and you come up and tell me, and you're the first person to do that, I'm going to give you a free spin on our prize wheel.
Oh, there's a prize wheel?
Yeah, there's a prize wheel.
You have to come out to check out the prize wheel. And can I get in on that too if I pick the right
absolutely.
person?
You sure can.
Good.
I'm not going to tell you, so you got to come in, you got to guess.
Okay,
Absolutely.
I can do that. Thank you so much for all of this. Again, thank you guys. Don't go anywhere, but make sure that you're here at Taste of Clarksville on Saturday. Oh, and it runs from
noon till 5.
Noon to 5, so you have a nice span of time. Stick with us. We have more coming up on Mornings on Main Street after this.
Tired of hanging lights every year? We get it. That's why Southern Nights is here to help. We install programmable lighting on your home or business so you can enjoy beautiful, customizable lighting all year round. No more ladders, tangled lights, or cold nights outside. We do the work, you do the celebrating. Call Southern Nights today and take the hassle out of holiday lighting forever. For a free quote, give us a call at 931-241-3074 or visit our Facebook page at Southern Nights.
As a busy mom juggling family, errands, and everything life throws at me, I try my best to be environmentally conscious. So of course, I buy flushable wipes thinking I'm doing the right thing. But it turns out flushable wipes aren't actually flushable. I found out the hard way when flushable wipes caused a clog and flooded my house with sewage. It ended up costing me thousands of dollars in damage and a big headache with the insurance company. It's safe to say our family will never flush a flushable wipe again, and instead put them where they belong, in the trash.
There's a lot to consider when it comes to choosing a Medicare plan. That's where Health Markets Insurance Agency can help. Independent licensed insurance agents who work with Health Markets can answer your questions about the different parts of Medicare, when you can enroll, benefits, costs, and more. Speak to a local licensed insurance agent today to get started on your Medicare journey.
Y'all, I'm serious right now. They have a dragon here. I saw it. Get out of here. Come on, I'll show you. Wait up. Whoa! I told you so. That is a dragon.
Welcome back to Mornings on Main Street. I have the pleasure of sitting down with Kristi Murtha. She's Director of Military Affairs with the Christian County Chamber. And so happy to have you to share with us the Run Rudolph Run coming up this Saturday.
Yes, thank you so much for having me.
You are welcome. Are you ready to go for this run?
We're so ready.
What's so beautiful about this is donations that will be made will go back to the USO. And you know all the important work that's done by the USO. We've heard from Jarvis many, many times. So first off, tell us, what can we expect on Saturday morning?
So Saturday morning, we've got a great 5K. Half of it is on the gravel, so don't worry about your feet. It's a soft surface. And we also have a really fun 1 mile walk, really family friendly. It's a shaded area. I think that actually a lot of families don't know it's here. So they've asked questions, how far is it from post? 5 minutes. It's right outside the gates. You're gonna take a left right by Valor Hall, but it's a great location. Rudolph will be there. Santa might make an appearance.
Wow, in July.
In July. So I've told my children as well. I said, hey, Santa might be checking in, making sure that we're listening to our parents, just to say hello. So maybe another opportunity to get some good behavior during those summer months.
Oh, I love that. What do people need to do to be able to run in this 5K?
So it is free if you'd like to bring an unwrapped toy. If you would like for us to purchase a toy for you, you can register for the $15. But we do ask that people register just so we know what to anticipate. We've got little fun antlers and red noses for everyone who participates, and then some other little swag items as well.
Too cute. What sort of donations are you looking for? Like what type or age range? Does it matter? Toys, clothes?
I would say the age range, I mean, every year that this event I have worked at, I will tell you, I've worked at probably 5 or 6 events. It's one of my favorite events of the year, the USO Holly Jolly Holiday. And there's tables set up for all the kids, their parents really, so they can pick a toy for each of the age ranges. So I think anything that you enjoy or your child enjoys, to get a head start on what they will need at the end of the year, be open to whatever your kid likes, bring what they like.
Fantastic. Just a couple of the things that we have here. We have jump ropes. We have this cute little sloth. I don't know why I'm just loving this sloth right now. Books and games, all good items to drop off and make that donation. How many people are you expecting?
We hope a couple hundred.
Okay.
We've got 30 families right now that are registered. And so you don't have to have a gift for every person. We want to encourage that this is a family-friendly event. If your family wants to make a donation, do that. You don't have to register every single person. This is supposed to be fun. We're trying to get a head start on donations this year, so that we set the USO up for success.
Last couple of questions. Where do people register?
So they can go onto our website, our Christian County Chamber, and then it's Military Affairs, or you can go on our Facebook page at Christian County MAC, M-A-C.
Fantastic. How did you guys make this connection with you at the Christian County Chamber and the USO?
We support the USO quite a bit, but I'm also a military spouse, and the USO has a very dear spot in my heart. They have saved me in airports with small children's, really other installations. They've supported me when my husband's been deployed. So it's something I'm passionate about. And when I say I work this event every year, I've done the check-in, I rarely see over an E5 family come to it. which just shows me that the families that really need help are the ones that are reaching out for the help. So seeing that and being able to give back, our Military Affairs Committee is really committed to helping other organizations on post, and we do a lot of things with the USO.
Fantastic. Well, thank you for what you are doing with them. Again, you have this Run Rudolph Run this Saturday at 8 o'clock in the morning. That address for you, it's the Oak Grove War Memorial Walking Trail. I have a little cheat sheet here if you can see my eyes looking down. It's 101 Walter Garrett Lane. Be there, bring out that donation, and just have a really good time. Make sure you have some water and hydrate. Kristi, is there anything else that you'd like to share?
We would just like to say a quick word from our sponsors, Forterra. We want to thank them. They made it so that all of the donations, toys and fiscal money that comes in goes directly to the toys. So nothing is covering our race costs. They did that. And then we partnered with Blue Star Families, Oak Grove Tourism, and of course the USO.
Fantastic. Again, if you don't have time to go shopping, a monetary donation is most definitely appreciated, and they will shop for you. Stick here with us with Mornings on Main Street. We have more coming up right after this.
As a busy mom juggling family, errands, and everything life throws at me, I try my best to be environmentally conscious. So of course, I buy flushable wipes thinking I'm doing the right thing. But it turns out flushable wipes aren't actually flushable. I found out the hard way when flushable wipes caused a clog and flooded my house with sewage. It ended up costing me thousands of dollars in damage and a big headache with the insurance company. It's safe to say our family will never flush a flushable wipe again, and instead put them where they belong, in the trash.
Tired of hanging lights every year? We get it. That's why Southern Nights is here to help. We install programmable lighting on your home or business so you can enjoy beautiful, customizable lighting all year round. No more ladders, tangled lights, or cold nights outside. We do the work, you do the celebrating. Call Southern Nights today and take the hassle out of holiday lighting forever. For a free quote, give us a call at 931-241-3074 or visit our Facebook page at Southern Nights.
Welcome back. So we just heard all about the Run Rudolph Run happening this weekend in Oak Grove, and the donations being made is going back to help the USO come Christmas time, which is always a wonderful time. You know, Ann Jarvis, she's been with us many times, but she's going to share with us the Christmas event that they have where these donations will be handed out.
Yeah, so we've got the Holly Jolly Holiday event happening in December.
I made her say that.
Holly Jolly Holiday event. It is a mouthful, but it's super fun. Basically, families come in and we have loads of toys, stocking stuffers, and they get to choose one or two toys per kid. There are no rowing restrictions, but usually the amount of people that we have are lower enlisted, which is great. You know, we want to be able to help where we can. And they come in, they get all kinds of fun things. We also, some come with just the parents and some come with their whole family. So we try and do things for kids as well. And we've got lots of holiday programming happening, so stay tuned on our website for all of that. But the Holly Jolly Holiday event is our biggest, and thanks to the Christian County MAC, Military Affairs Committee, we're going to get toys starting in July. So this will be a super fun event, and we're excited to get
Starting this Saturday.
I know.
That's incredible. So could what you guys do be done without partnering with
Yeah, so
the chamber there?
Yes, we collect toys from all over, so from different businesses. So we've got boxes wrapped in holiday paper. You know, a couple local businesses. Appleton Harley Davidson is another big supporter. So if you're not able to make it to the run, come late November, December timeframe at Appleton, and you can drop off toys there. The Burn Boot Camps have been really supportive and putting up toy bins for us, as well as Love Blood Inc. So yeah, we've got quite a few community supporters, and you can always just come and drop them off at the USO too.
And you know, one or two items really does go a long way. You know, if there's so many people pitching in to make those donations, you know, that one or two that you can do is fantastic. How many families do you serve at Christmas?
Around 500. Yeah. So, but across all of our holiday programming, so we do a lot. Last year we also had Rudolph and the Snowman come from the Gaylord Opryland Resort. They came, so hopefully we'll get to see whatever they have this year for that and bring them out, and it's always kind of adds another level to our event.
I love it. Of course, we'll be checking in with Anne beforehand to get all the who, what, when, and where's, closer to time. For those that want to make that donation and they can't make the run, you said they need to wait until November until they see some of the bids out.
They can always drop off toys if they're shopping and they feel like picking up something. Just let us know and we can either come pick it up or they can drop it off at the USO. But we'd love to see you at the Run Rudolph Run, though. That would be fabulous.
And once again, that is happening this Saturday at 8 o'clock there at 101 Walter Garrett Lane in Oak Grove. So be sure to head out for that. If we want to follow the programs that you have coming up, where do we go?
Our website is the best place, fortcampbell.uso.org, or follow us on Facebook and check our events section.
And always a treat, always a pleasure. Glad we were able to get a little bit of time. Stick with us here on Mornings on Main Street. We're not done yet. We'll be right back.
They said I wouldn't make it without a college degree.
They said only a man could be a roofing executive.
They said a former addict always relapses.
They said my amputation would keep me out of roofing.
They said never give an ex-convict a second chance.
They said I could never be a leader.
They said I couldn't support my family as a single mom.
At Rackley, we say they're wrong.
Want to change the world? Change it, one roof at a time.
Well, the 500 Sprint Car Tour is coming to Nashville this weekend, and that is where you will catch Taylor Ferns. She's the driver of the number 55 Bradford Allen Sprint Car for Taylor Ferns Racing. Again, the action taking place at the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway on Saturday afternoon. Taylor, thank you so much for your time and joining us.
Yeah, no, thank you. I'm excited to be here and chat with you guys and talk about the ProDoor manufacturing 500 Sprint Car Tour race this weekend.
You have so many race fans. There are so many race fans out there. What do you love most about what you do?
So for me, coming from sprint car racing and with an open wheel background, I love everything about motorsports, if you will, as far as the lifestyle, the speed, the adrenaline. And a lot of it also, like your common day workplace, comes back to the people that I work with and that you kind of interact with in the pits, and kind of the networking and relationships that I've built over the past 21 years. And so for me, it's a little bit of everything. And so I'm excited to kind of show that off to the Nashville fan base this weekend.
It blows my mind. I'm looking at you and you were sharing that you've been doing this since the age of 6. So for 21 years now, a form of racing. Where did you get that kind of that inkling to be like, oh, I want to do this. I want to drive a race car when I become an adult?
Yeah, no. So I grew up in a racing family.
Okay.
My maternal uncles raced late models and stock cars. So a complete 180 from the form of racing that I do with open wheel racing. And so I just always kind of was around it. And I felt like I knew at a young age when I was around 4 that I was going to have something to do in motorsports. But since there's not a lot of, especially at that time, visible females within the industry, I wasn't sure what that might look like. And so when I was 6 years old, my dad drove me up to Lansing, Michigan, and I sat in a quarter midget for the first time. And it was instant butterflies. For me, that was my first love. And so, yeah, I've been doing it for 21 years now. I took some time off and I got my bachelor's degree, my master's degree, and I'm finishing up law school now. But, motorsports is a big passion of mine and is a huge foundation of who I am as a person. And so I'm really excited for the race this weekend, and I'm looking forward to racing at the fairgrounds for the first time.
What an inspiration. I can imagine little girls looking up to you saying, I want to do what Taylor does one day. Who do you look up to? Who do you kind of pull from?
Yes. So for me, I've had the opportunity to be mentored by Lynn St. James, who was a pioneer and trailblazer for females within racing. She raced in the Indy 500 a handful of times, and I've been working with her since the age of 12. And so she's had a tremendous impact, not only for females in motorsports, but on my life personally and professionally. Aside from that, I was a big Tony Stewart fan growing up. And so, he kind of came from the USAC and the sprint car racing like I have. And so I've looked up to him my entire career almost as well.
So you've been doing the series for 2 years, am I correct?
Yeah, well, the 500 Sprint Car Tour rebranded last year. So for the tour in general, yes, 2 years, but I've been racing sprint cars since I was 14. So I've been doing it for a long time. I won my first sprint car race that I ever started too. So little fun fact.
Oh, wow. No, but what was that feeling like when you win that first one?
Yeah, to be honest with you, I kind of surprised myself. I mean, I was a 14-year-old girl, right? I'm racing against these grown men. And, my kind of ambition at the beginning of the race was, finish the race. I knew we had a fast car, so try to aim for the top 3 and pass for the lead with like 5 to go. And at the end, I was like, oh my gosh, did I just win this race? My first sprint car race. So,
I did that.
Yeah. And so it surprised myself. But I mean, I've won like probably over 15 sprint car races total in my career. So that was just that just got the ball rolling, if you will.
Well, let's talk about some of your finishes. So like just noting a few and, pop in whenever you want. So like finished 8th in point standings in 2022. Right now you're currently 7th in points. I'm sorry, what does that mean?
Yes, so throughout the season, the 500 Sprint Car Tour, we race about 9 to 10 races.
Okay.
And so the way points work is that each race you kind of accumulate a certain set of points, right? So for qualifying and your finishes and your main event. And so the points ranking is basically a collection of your entire season.
Okay.
And so, we haven't had a lot of luck the past couple of years as far as like cumulatively as our season goes. And so, I always kind of joke and say we're not points chasers. So I think in that regard, we're always going for the win. And so we don't have to worry about being kind of in the points, right? So we'll compete. We'll try to contend for the win, right?
My husband would be shaking his head right now. He'd be like, I've told you this. I've told you what that means. And then you have best finish of 2nd at Anderson Speedway. That happened on April 8th this year. Best qualifying position of 2nd at Anderson Speedway. That was in October of last year in 2022. That's incredible for you. Are there any that I'm not noting or that I don't have access to?
No, as far as the 500 Sprint Car Tour goes, I mean, those are my best stats. I always try to plug in that, like, I obviously since the tour rebranded, I've won like auto value sprint car races, which is like basically the same form of stuff that we're doing now. But I know I got to get that 500 tour win. So hopefully everyone will come out to Nashville and they'll witness it on Saturday.
I'm rooting for you, Taylor. Taylor, yes, take that home. You're the driver, you're the one out there behind the wheel, but I'm sure this can't be done without a team.
Yeah, no, 100%. And I'm the team owner too. So I'm the driver and the team owner. So it takes extra responsibilities, but obviously wouldn't be able to make it to the racetrack without my incredible crew, my crew chief, and all the additional help that we have. And then in addition to all my sponsors like Bradford Allen, Mobile One, 1-800-CALL-SAM, there's so many components and complexities that go into racing. And so I'm just so grateful to be in the position that I am today. And hopefully we can park the 55 Bradford Allen sprint car in Victory Lane. And also a huge thank you to ProDoor Manufacturing for helping facilitate this and putting this race on.
Wonderful. And last couple questions for you. What is your warm up? What do you do before getting in to get set for the race? Do you have a routine?
So I guess like right before the race, I'll kind of just keep to myself, if you will, and kind of think like pre-race thoughts as far as what I might be able to expect, or like based on where I'm starting, like maybe map out different ways that the start can go. Okay. But I always kind of joke and say, no matter as much as I planned before and they drop the green flag, it always ends up going like some schematic that I didn't even intend on. And so that's racing, right? But yeah, definitely just try to keep calm and just like come from a place of peace, right? And just make the most out of it.
Oh, that is great. Any advice for young girls out there that may be looking up to you to say, either want to do that or, they aspire to do something? What can you say to them?
Yeah, for me, as cheesy as it may sound, just follow your passion, and your instincts will tell you what that is. And oddly enough, when I was younger, I knew I loved racing, right? But kind of it's about the group that you surround yourself with. Like my parents recognized at such a young age that motorsports was my passion. And it honestly truly is like 21 years on. And so It just comes back to pursuing your passion, never giving up. Literally, there will be so many people and obstacles that will be thrown your way in life, aside from like pursuing whatever you want to do. And so I just kind of take those as tests, right? Like, how bad do you want it? And just overcome it, because there will be people trying to come at you, or just like things that will try to prevent you from trying to reach your dreams. But you just got to keep going.
Taylor, thank you for your time. We wish you the absolute best this weekend at the 500 sprint car happening at the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. Guys, if you're heading out there, look for the number 55 Bradford Allen sprint car for Taylor Ferns Racing. Good luck.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thanks for having me. It was great to chat with you.